Now that it's been 4 whole months since I moved out on my own, I think it's officially time for this video. So this is going to be the kind of video that you never thought that you needed, but once you listen to certain things that I'm going to talk about, you're going to be like, I'm so glad that I heard someone say that. I'm going to be covering a lot of points that you might not have heard anybody else talk about, and I've come all prepared. I have my notes here so that I do not end up missing anything that I want to talk to you guys about. So first, let's begin with how to really find a place. So once you've figured out how much you want to spend on this apartment, like the whole budget and everything, which I will be covering in the next part, which is really important, I want you to list out 5 to 7 things that you think are your priorities in this apartment, which are your non-negotiables. So these can be things like how far away from college or work do you want this apartment to be, or like what is your mode of transport going to be? Like, do you want a bus stop, or like do you want a metro station to be closer to your apartment you can get to from this apartment to work every single day on time, and other things like, is it going to be a 1-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom house and stuff like that. So for me, my first priority was safety. So I wanted the area to be safe in the first place, and for the apartment to have, you know, a proper functioning security system. And then I wanted the apartment to be 20 minutes or less away from work so that I do not end up getting stuck in traffic every single day. And then the next thing was for the apartment to be comparatively new, so that you know, I do not have to worry about cleanliness. Then another thing was to have enough natural lighting coming inside the house, because otherwise if the house is dark and gloomy, you wouldn't really feel like doing anything. Seeing if you need a furnished place is also really important. If you're just shifting from one house to another, you can literally just take the furniture from there and move to this place. But if you are moving into the place without any furniture, it is also important to think if you will be able to arrange furniture on your own. So once you've listed out 5 to 7 of your non-negotiables, it's time for you to go to these apps like No Broker, housing.com, and there are so many others. Just go look there to get an idea of what the prices are like in that area, and also start contacting agents, because most of these apps, they connect you to an agent or a broker. Like, you can literally type in flat or like apartment brokers in Indranagar or any area that you want to move to, and you will get a list of numbers, contact numbers. So when it comes to finding a place, actually going to that area in person and like looking around and calling people didn't really work, because these numbers listed in to-let boards are usually the numbers of brokers, so you'll anyways end up calling them. So I recommend doing this mostly online. That's what personally worked for me. And if you are serious about this whole apartment thing, where you want to like make this apartment, you know, your home to live in, and not just this place that you come back to after work and like just sleep and get up and go the next day, I suggest getting a PG or like a service apartment for you to stay in until you find an actual apartment. And that's also what I did. So it took me 3 whole months to find this apartment, and I'm also glad that I waited for 3 months and did a good research of all the places around. I went in person and looked at 50 plus houses before I finalized on this one, and I think once you find your place, that'll totally be worth it. So before we get into the rest of the video, a little shout out for the sponsor of today's video, which is BBlunt. I have honestly been so addicted to using so many different range of products from the BBlunt, especially because of the extraordinary shine that it gives to my hair compared to any other normal shampoos after wash. BBlunt is a premium hair care and styling brand which is synonymous with cutting edge hairstyling and hair care. So this new intense shine range from the BBlunt makes your hair so silky and smooth, and it makes your hair shine 23 times more. My hair gets so silky and smooth that it shines. So this range comes with the Intense Shine shampoo, the Intense Shine conditioner, and the Intense Shine hair mask. This range is enriched with unique shine tonic formula and also active proteins like silk protein and rice protein, and it coats every strand of your hair with this extraordinary glossy shine. So these BBlunt products really tames your frizz and works on that shine, and it gives you that unique salon like finish. And these BBlunt products are also used in salons, and it is recommended by expert hair professionals, and it is SLS and paraben free as well. Now let me tell you guys how the product works and the usage and the texture of the product, and also a little before and after.
The rice protein present in it makes your hair smooth, shiny and strong from roots to ends. The silk protein adds to the elasticity of the hair. It also prevents breakage and adds to the moisture of the hair. And finally, the shine tonic adds a beautiful glossy shine to your hair.
So I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful the shine looks. This is no product on, and it is not blow dried, it is like barely blast dried, but this is the result. every time you buy from BBlunt, they will link your order to a woman whom they empower with Samba Foundation through BBlunt Shine Academy. They are on a mission to empower 10,000 women across the nation. Also, you get a flat 20% off if you use my coupon code, which is AnanyaBabu2023 on their official website, which is BBlunt.com. And BBlunt products are also available on Nykaa, Flipkart and Amazon, and I will link these products in the description box below. So make sure you guys go check it out. Let's move into the actual things that you have to know before moving out on your own. So firstly, let's be real, moving out is expensive. Evaluate if you're ready for this, and it is actually a bigger commitment than you think it is. Not to scare you, and especially if you are somebody that is self-employed or you are a freelancer, you wouldn't have a stable income every single month. So you must be making sure that you are financially ready to, you know, pay your rent every single month before you move into that apartment. Like, apart from your brokerage, your you know, advance, your deposit and everything, make sure that you have 3 months rent ready in your bank account, like as a backup. And besides the rent, there's going to be a list of things that you will have to cover. Like, firstly, advance for the broker, the brokerage for the broker, you will have to pay the deposit and obviously the rent, and then the packers and movers to move your things from your old apartment to the new. You will have all these utility fees and like maintenance and stuff like that. Plus, if it is going to be an unfurnished house, you will have to buy every single furniture, like the bed, the couch, the washing machine, the stove, the fridge, every single thing. Again, I'm not trying to scare you. It is a huge step forward and it is a good beginning. So I want you to budget everything and have an idea of what might come with getting a new place, so that you do not hurt yourself financially. And before moving into that area or like the city, make sure you know the cost of living and how much it would cost you to live in that city and that particular area. Like in Bangalore itself, it would cost you so much less to live in a different area compared to Indranagar or like say Koramangala. So I guess it is important to also know the pricing and like the rents and the cost of living in that particular area. And a really useful tip if you're going to buy furniture and stuff is for you to rent it. Buy used second-hand stuff like Facebook Marketplace. I've heard a lot of people buy so many things from Facebook Marketplace and OLX. I personally haven't found anything, but if you want to buy fancy new furniture, that's going to cost you so much more. So once you decide on all that and you finally finalize on a place, you probably might have to go through the brokerage process. So read the agreement really well, and you just have to sign it and all of that is sorted. So some places that you can really negotiate are brokerage and like your rent itself. If you can't really negotiate, I recommend taking someone with you that can actually negotiate, because I think there is some room for negotiation here. So once you finalize on an apartment, before moving into it or like before even paying the rent or before even paying the deposit or anything, just visit the place and go around the house and check everything. Like, check if all the pipes in the house are working, the flush and like the shower and heater and everything. Check every little thing, guys. So firstly, when you go to see a house, the broker is the one that is explaining things to you, so he might not give you every detail. So it is really important to go in person and check on your own and like talk to the owner. Like for me, this is one thing that I was so pissed about when I moved into this house. When the broker firstly showed this apartment to me, he normally showed it to me and like he told me I can use these things, and like these things are just kept there and like it'll be taken away when you move from this house. Like for example, there were curtains and like some glassware that was kept in the house. He told me that those would be taken away, and I was like, great, that doesn't matter. One really important thing that he didn't tell me was that the wardrobe or like the cupboard in this apartment I wasn't supposed to use that. He didn't tell me that, and I paid the brokerage, I paid the deposit and all of that, and I come here to meet the owner, and that's when she tells me that this is like this walk-in situation that I have here. And then she told me that she'll be locking it and I can't be using that, and I honestly didn't know what to do at that point. I was so pissed, but she also told me that she's going to get a new cupboard for me that I can use. There was a whole mess that happened before even I moved into this house. And also in this situation, the lady didn't really mean to lie to me or anything. She had communicated it with the broker, but the broker refused to tell me that because he wanted to like kind of negotiate the rent for the whole house, including the cupboards. It was clearly the broker's fault here. So it is really important to like communicate and check and all of that stuff. Freedom is a myth. Just kidding, but it kind of really is. Let me tell you how. When you are living with your parents, all that you dream of is to move out, get your own place and live on your own terms, just for you to move out and realize how easy life used to be. You also have to start getting used to doing things by yourself. As much as it is freeing to think about, like you can have your friends over, come home and go out anytime that you want to and do your own thing and like decorate your entire house. And the other side of it is that you will have to walk into an empty house after a long day of work, and you walk into the kitchen and there is no food ready, and when you just want to cuddle and sleep at night, your pets aren't around, and no matter how tired you are, you have to cook for yourself and clean up after yourself while also managing your work, side hustle, and taking care of your health. So with the previous point, the next thing obviously is that you need help. So you have only 24 hours a day, right? So considering that you sleep for 8 hours, work for 8 to 9 hours, and like travel to work for like 1 + 1 2 hours, and you are literally left with 6 hours, and let's say 3 hours in the AM and 3 hours in the PM, and in that 3 + 3 is 6 hours. You will have to fit in your workout schedule, your cooking and meal planning, and your side hustle, and cleaning up your house, which includes sweeping, mopping, and all of that you want to do. And also if you want to like go out and pick up groceries and like other things, everything will come into that 6-hour window. So in this case, one smart move that you can take is to figure out in which area of your life you would need help. Like for example, if cooking feels hard for you, you can probably hire a cook, or like you can get a tiffin service. Or if cleaning seems dreadful, you can get a house help. Or in what ways can you hire or like get help from people for your side hustle? So for me personally, considering YouTube and like Instagram is my side hustle, I wouldn't really need help doing this. I personally love, you know, editing my own videos and filming and stuff. Cleaning is one area that I really do not wish to spend 1 hour of my day in. So I have a house help who helps me with that. She cleans and mops and, you know, even deep clean sometimes. She cleans the bathroom and she takes care of all of that, and I'm really grateful for that. So when you analyze your life and how you would, you know, like to spend your 6-hour window, you would be able to figure out which area of your life you could simplify a little bit. Everybody talks about loneliness, but nobody talks about laziness. That is something which is a given when you decide to move out of your own. You get lethargic knowing that you have an entire place for yourself and all the time in the world. Because I could see a clear difference in my life, because when I used to live in the PG, I used to wake up at 6 in the morning and do all of my morning routine before 8:39, and then go refresh and like eat, and I would be done by 10. I had to also adjust with you know, the schedules of my roommates, and laziness is the scariest thing when it comes to living alone. You don't do things because there is nobody to monitor you and stuff. Self-motivation and self-discipline is the key here. It is very important to perfect that, and it is crucial to have your own little goals, to make a little plan for yourself and follow that. Having accountability partners, I've been hearing this a lot on YouTube these days, and I think it really helps. Like finding a neighbor that you can just go on a morning walk with, or like finding a friend who lives close by who can, you know, be your accountability partner when it comes to working out, or like making healthy meals and stuff like that, or like even waking up early in the morning. That could be a huge help. There are these little classes, online classes or like sessions, morning sessions that you can actually attend, which would require you to join the Zoom call or meeting by like 6 in the morning, so that you have to wake up and get your day started. There are so many different things that you can do, but do not fall off. And the next thing is plan your meals and learn very basic cooking. I know it's a very, you know, cliche topic when it comes to moving out, but there's this tip which I've been following that has been really helping me. So I have this diary, right? So I write down 10 to 15 breakfast recipes, 10 to 15 lunch recipes, and I also have a sheet that I've just stuck to my kitchen where I've written down Monday breakfast, Monday lunch, and Monday dinners, so that every time I enter my kitchen, I don't have to think about what to cook. So always have a list of things written down that you can just easily make, and learn basic cooking. Honestly, you just pick up cooking as time goes by, and when you are really motivated to eat healthy and not eat out every single day. And the next really important point, which is kind of an advice for myself, is to realize that this is not a dead end. This place is not going to be a forever home. Because like even after you move out and get everything sorted, don't get attached to that place, but like get yourself comfortable, make that place your home and stuff, but also have an open mind. After all, your 20s and 30s is not to settle, right? So with that, a final little tip that I want to give you guys is to have these emergency items ready. For emergency food that you can just quickly cook when there's no power. Cup noodles and stuff. I know it's unhealthy, but like emergency food in quotes again. Like emergency lights, power backups, power banks and stuff, and pepper spray obviously if you are a girl, and candles and little things like that. Have all of that ready. So I think I've covered most of the points. If there are certain things that you guys want me to talk about or address, or if you have any questions regarding the same topic that you want me to answer or like talk about, you can like ask that or like tell that to me in the comments. Moving out can be scary, but I think it's honestly one of the best decisions that I made in my life. There are so many pros. You are opening yourself to a lot of opportunities and like learnings and stuff. Especially it can seem like a lot of responsibility, but it can teach you some of the best lessons that you can learn in your life. And also just have fun, go with the flow, enjoy the process of it. You are still young and free. Think about all the best good things that this house can bring you, and all the very best if you are moving out on your own for the very first time. You got this. It's not scary at all. You are gonna have a blast. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make these podcast style videos in the future, and also suggest me topics that you want me to cover or like talk about, and I will do so. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.